What's going on, my dream team? Dave back at you with a large PSA bulk sub. I think this ended up being like a 107 card order. Sent this off at the end of February, got checked in, maybe it was early February, got checked in mid-March, and just got it back today. So right really around the 6-month mark from the time they checked it in, even though it was physically there for probably 4 to 6 weeks. So that's okay. It is very basketball heavy. Lots of basketball because I was lucky, found some Prism and stuff. A little bit of football and baseball, which we'll get into. First couple cards are some soccer cards because I had ripped this back when I started getting into soccer in January and picked up some retail boxes, some hobby boxes. And I would say I have seen the grades for about this stack. Everything else you'll see in the video I haven't seen. So first off, and we are doing kind of a newer setup here on the kitchen island. Not sure this will be the final resting place for future videos, but messy red mosaic prism. Kind of hoping that would come back as a 10. His stuff has been super hot, as all soccer stuff has been. But these red mosaics, pretty tough pulls to get. And then next up, this one is a Ronaldo red blue wave, and that one came back as a 10. This alone is probably, I don't know, $1,000 card right now, and I got to figure out if I want to sit and hold this for Euros and World Cup in the future, or if I want to sell now, because I know the soccer card market's kind of come down like a lot of things. But he just, I believe, scored his 100th career international goal. And so he's got a little bit of hype going right now. Only 2 soccer cards of the order. And we got the other football cards of the order. The Josh Rosen's a little timely with kind of a spike he's seen in his marketplace. Just given that he signed with the Bucks. But I've been big on Rosen since 2018. I think the dude's got talent. He just has had teams that aren't committed to him. So threw in some of his stuff. This one got a 9. 2018 Prism is pretty tough. The other thing about this order was I threw in a bunch of stuff that I didn't expect to get 10s on. So I think it'll probably be lots of 9s and 10s. Basically, I kind of added extra cards to get to the 100 card minimum before they split everything up. So this is a Mayfield Prism. Instant Impact Gem Mint 10. I think these cards have been on the rise, even though they're inserts. But it's cool because it's a refractor. Again, if I'm blowing through these a little fast, that's because I couldn't help myself. I peeked at some of the grades. Dwayne Haskins 2019 Prism. Pulled this probably most likely out of a retail pack since I didn't do too much hobby. But there we go. PSA 9. And a little surprised on that because the centering looks pretty good. So not necessarily certain exactly why, but got a 9 there. Stidham, obviously he's not starting, but I think he still could be the answer in New England. That came back a 9 as well. The other thing with Prism, the retail Prism, be mindful of is, I mean, let's see if we can see them here, but you can get some surface print lines on the back here, especially in retail. The quality control on retail, I've noticed for Prism and Optic, is really different than the quality cards. Even the edging, like you're gonna get a lot more little white flakes and stuff there on the edging that you can pick it off with the tweezers and stuff, but it's just very different than the hobby stuff you get. And you know, Penny's quality control isn't great anyways to begin with. Drew Lock, this is just the base from Donruss. That one got a 9. These are kind of tough, just being paper. But the centering looked pretty good. Again, was looking for some cards to throw in. Love the hair in that picture as well. That one got a 9. And really, you'll hear plenty of people say this. Grading is subjective, right? It's about the grader. You will get cards back that come back as 9s that should be 10s, as we've seen before in some videos. And you will also get cards that come back as 10s that probably should be 9s. But anyways, next up, we got a Gardner Minshew. This is an Optic Hollow Auto. Picked this up in a package deal with some other cards, and Thought it looked pretty good, pretty clean for Optic, and that one did come back as a 10. I'm not a fan of 2019 Optic because of the centering and just like this big random open space up here that doesn't really match down here. So I probably won't hang on to this one, but his teammates love him. The Jaguars are doing everything they can to tank this year, it appears, but his teammates love him. So I think Minshew will be a fan favorite and will not go quietly into the night. This stack here is all baseball. There is some fun stuff here. I think I pretty much grabbed some. There's some Topps Series 1 2020 that I grabbed pretty much opening day and pulled some fun stuff out of. But Nick Senzel, this is a chrome refractor from 19 Heritage, his rookie. Hoping he was going to have a little bit better season. I think he was banged up a little bit, but just hasn't been super hot. But that's the refractor. To always that weird numbering, 569. And then this is just a base Keston. That one came back as a 10. Had a really good rookie season. Didn't get a chance to check his numbers prior to doing this video. But Heritage is always good for 10s to be around like $40. It's really good if you are, for lack of better words, a lower end collector and want to get some nice gem mint 10s. Ronnie Mauricio, this actually was supposed to be in a bulk sub from this past fall, and I forgot to put it on the info on the PSA site, and they want to go back and redo everything, so threw it in this one. Mega box gem mint 10. I like Mauricio. I hope he stays with the Mets because I think that New York market is awesome, and kid's got some talent. Bummed that there was not a minor league season this year. Tatis, like I said, I've seen the grades on these already. These are really tough grades. These both came back as 9s. They're still $75, which is what his 10s were doing a few months ago prior to the season. But rightfully so. One of these, I thought I was gonna luck out and get a 10 on them, on one of them at least, because this one had some top edge chipped in. Let's see if we can focus in there. You can kind of see it, and these paper cards are really tough to get good grades on. But I actually had this one first, and then was hoping to get this one as a 10 because like just overall the card is better. But having a really good year, potential MVP season, couple 9s, and I'll probably end up making those available either on Instagram or eBay. We got some Eloys coming up, and Eloy Jimenez has quietly been having himself a really good year. And you look at his numbers versus Luis Roberts, and Eloy's been doing really well. So we got a gem mint 10 here. I think his 10s are doing $90 or something right now. A 9 and a 10. So pretty solid on those Eloys. Next up, the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, whose stuff was super hot and has cooled off a ton. But we got a gem mint 10, gem mint 10, and gem mint 10. Convenient that all my Alonsos got 10s, but my TTCs couldn't. But that's the way it goes. Still, these are doing like $60. I think these easily, if Alonso goes on a hot streak, just given the New York market, a streak where maybe he hits, 3 home runs in a game, these could easily jump up again. I think their high point was between $75 and $80 early in this year. This is a Soto that I grabbed, again, pretty early on with Series 1. This is a short print. You can see the code on the back. Not the super short print, just short print. Pretty cool looking card. And came back as a gem mint 10. I'll probably just throw this one up at auction and see what it gets. Soto's obviously one of the better young talents, but the Nationals, I don't think they're in playoff contention this year. So I'll throw that up at auction, just see what happens. But pretty cool short print in the Expos uni. Aquino, hasn't gotten a ton of playing time for the Reds. I think he just called up a couple weeks ago. But his rookie came back as a gem mint 10. So happy with that. Obviously had the super hot start last year. And then this one, I kind of don't know. Looking back, I got really lucky that I submitted this because Kyle Lewis has had a really good year. And I remember opening the card from the pack and going, I kind of remember this name. I kind of know this guy because I think he had a pretty decent start. And then being a number 1 pick in 2016, I was like, all right, I'll just throw it and see what happens. That one came back as a gem mint 10, and this has probably been one of the hottest cards from Series 1. I think as more and more of these get graded, the price will probably go down. But I think it's like a $100 card right now. But again, I have no attachment to Kyle Lewis, so probably let that one go. Next up, we got some basketball. Took some chances on some Aaron Holidays. This is pretty cool, copper courtside prism. This one I'll probably sit and hold on to till next season, but that is numbered 51 out of 60. Pretty sweet, as he should continue to be the starter there and develop a little bit in Indiana. And I think I picked this up as a raw card off eBay too, now that I think about it, and probably overpaid at the moment, at the time. But anyway, Sculpt Prism, I pack pulled this one back when you could actually afford 2018 Select, but a PSA 10 there as well. Pretty happy with that. I was probably expecting a 9 on this one because I think this little bottom corner here is kind of funky. But Aaron Holidays, again, I'll sit on those until next season for sure. Next up, I think we got some silver prisms coming up, and these are all from here on out. I do not know any of these grades, so you will be seeing them for the first time as I will be seeing them. So Goga, I know he's kind of a fan favorite in Indy, it sounds like. I believe this one's a silver rookie. Yep, got the prism there. Gem mint 10, even though the centering isn't awesome. I mean, you can see that's fatter. I basically just took a bunch of random rookie silvers that I had from opening Prism and said, yeah, we'll send these in, see what happened. The best condition ones. Kaziak Pala. I haven't had a chance with all the wedding stuff to watch too much playoff basketball, so I'm not sure if he's getting any run with the Heat, as they just got done wrapping up their series with the Bucks. But that one came back as a mint 9. Obviously, that centering is terrible, but the rest of the car was in pretty good shape. And again, with 2019 Prism, you guys probably noticed that by now, but you're really looking at also those rookie logos because you can get a little bit of off centering there. Sorry, I keep messing with my my focus. It's the first time filming this location. Probably won't be the long-term permanent location, but it's the short-term one for now. Admiral Schofield for the Wizards. I know he's got a handful of super fans on Instagram. Gem mint 10. And really, I think a lot of times with what we've learned this year with rookie silvers, totally worth grading them and seeing what happens, especially in these bulks, because all the dude has to do is, be in his third year, have a good 5-game stretch, and now these go from a $40 card to a $400 card, right? I mean, we saw that with Michael Porter Jr. and his craziness, Bull, things like that. Terence Mann for the Clippers. I think he's been getting a little bit of run in the playoffs. Again, another silver, another 10. And these all basically went straight from the pack into sleeves. So we'll be watching that one. Tremont Waters, I don't know if he's been getting any play time in the playoffs, but it would have been nice to get this order back about a month ago when basketball was still super hyped, and you'll see why here shortly. Tremont Waters, another gem mint 10. So our gem rate's been pretty solid overall so far. Bull, I mean, this would have been an awesome card to have a month ago. Again, silver, gem mint 10. I don't like that centering. It's definitely thicker there, but came back as a 10. I don't know what this card is at, but he had some cult favorites and followers before. He kind of had his breakout in the bubble. But the dude's athletic. If he can stay healthy, I think eventually he will definitely find his way into some good playing time. Thibule, this one is just a base, I believe. I think he's a pretty much just going to be a 3 and D guy, but Gem Mint 10 there. Again, he's got a nice little fan base, or started to grow one. Culver, I'm a Wolves guy, so picked up some, so basically sent in all my Culvers that were worth grading. I think there's some base and some parallels in here. First one, base, Gem Mint 10. Again, that's going to be sit on until next season. It'd be interesting to see if he ends up being a trade piece that the Wolves package with the #1 pick to get another star to go with Cat and D'Lo, or if he becomes that third guy for them, which he certainly could be. Another base, another 10. And then I think this one's our green. Yeah, and that came back as a 10. So pretty solid there on Culver's. Brandon Clark. This one's just a base, but a base 10. That really shouldn't be. I mean, this card's a 9 at best. I mean, you can see what I'm talking about right there with that misstamp. I mean, really that means everything else on this card has to be perfect, and you can tell, or I can tell at least from looking at it from here, that I don't think the rest of the card is perfect, but someone did. Again, all grading is subjective. Brandon Clark again, and another 10. So been having a much higher gem rate than I thought. I know a lot of people for bulk subs, you've been seeing on Instagram, people complaining, oh, my gem rate's down, my gem rate's down, so many 9s, PSA is getting tougher. No, man, just don't grade everything. So many people are sending in stuff that should not be going in if they're expecting 9s and 10s, you know, and they're getting 8s on garbage cards. Sorry. We got some Cam Johnsons coming up. This one, I believe, is a silver. No, this one's an orange ice. 10. Awesome. Be holding on to this one, not only because you have the orange on orange, but, you know, lottery pick, and got some talent. Just got to get some playing time with that young team. Could be a centerpiece. And these orange ices only came from hanger packs, which super tough to find, super expensive. This one, I think this one might be the silver. Nope, it's a pink, mint 9. Obviously, kind of expected that given the center in there. But pink, mint 9. I learned from the Luka craze, your rookie parallels that are colors, don't get rid of them, grade them, and hold on to them. This one I graded because this is the variation. I love these variations of Prism. I think they're super cool. I really hope football does that this year. But here we go. Gem Mint 10. Awesome. I know I've got a jaw in the variation. I think we've got an RJ Barrett variation that'll be coming up later in the video. Kevin Porter Jr. had a pretty solid rookie year. I mean, this class as a whole, much better than advertised originally. But sent in a handful of his base. Gem Mint 10. Start making my stack here. Next up, another one. Gem Mint 10. So hopefully he continues to develop in Cleveland. Another one. Mint 9. You know, you can see the centering's off. But I think he was their second round pick, and he pretty much was their best rookie, along with having the number 5 pick, Darius Garland. Kevin Porter Jr. again. That one came back as a 10. So 1, 2, 3 10s on Kevin Porter Jr. Not too shabby. Cam Reddish, again, another high draft pick, but not a ton of impact this year, I don't think. Base, Gem Mint 10. Doing really well with this 2019 Prism basketball. Super lucky. Kobe White, another really solid rookie in a big market. Gem Mint 10 on the Prism. Awesome. Now, do I think any of these guys will ever get into Luka territory where you're talking like $1,500, $2,000 for a base Prism where there's 12,000 of them out there in the market? No, but you know, I don't want to sell anything for $100 now that could be a $500 card with a hot start to begin the season. Dumbuyas sent a handful of these in. Gem Mint 10. Super young guy. I think the youngest or second youngest guy in the draft. Super athletic. And I think you'll hear a variety of different comparisons for him. But another Dumbuya, a 9. Was probably submitted this one knowing this one might be a 10 and this one's a 9 because the centering on this, I mean, that's pretty fat, that's pretty thin. But again, if I have duplicates, that is part of my strategy. Put the worst card first. You know, let's say you got 4. Put the worst one first that you think for sure is going to be a 9. And the ones that you're hoping for 10s, put those behind that so that those look better than the first one. Hachimura, Emergent. I think this is a green parallel. I don't even know why I graded this. I mean, inserts don't do too well, but Rui was pretty hot for a time, but came back as a 10, so no complaints there. And we got some Rui base. He's another guy that's going to have some good follow, not just in America, but overseas, since he's a Japanese player. Or, sorry, his mom's from Japan. I think he was from Japan, too. Grew up there, spent some time there. But a 10 there. A 10 there. Awesome. Now we get some Garlands. Garland's the number 5 pick in the draft. This would be really interesting to see what the Cavs do this offseason with some of their talent. And I'm hoping he can live up to some expectations as the number 5 pick and get some stuff figured out. So a couple base and then a fun one. So this is a Gem Mint 10 Garland, which centering's a little off. You can see that's a little fatter there. Another Garland base, another 10. To be clear, when I was prepping this order, I probably had 5 or 6 Garland base, and these were the 2 I picked because the other ones in my mind were definite not 10s. So it's not that I'm getting super lucky with some of the stuff. It's just I'm okay with being picky and saying, no, I'm not going to submit this weight. This one I'm super excited for. This is the Green Fanatics Cracked Ice, where depending on who you believe, super low print run, like 30, 35. Really hoping for something nice on this, but even if it does come back as a 9, which I know it's at least a 9 because I kind of set everything in my bulk subs for give me a 9 or higher. Hoping this comes back as a 10, and it did. The Fanatics exclusive Green Ice. Be sitting on this one because this will be a nice one if he develops into the player he has the potential for. So we are 22 minutes in, and we are maybe halfway through the order. So if you need to, pause, take a potty break, grab a drink, whatever you got to do, because we got some more basketball coming up. So this stack here that goes off the screen, this is all my guy, Davidas Servitas. Basically, I kind of was looking through the 2019 draft when Prism first came out, and I said, I want a guy that has high potential, but low cost for cards. And what I came upon was Servitas. He is a lights-out three-point shooter, second-round pick of the Pistons, super, super young. The Pistons actually traded for him. I think the Mavericks drafted him, which would have been kind of nice to pair him with Luka. But can shoot the lights out from 3. Still kind of growing in some other areas of his game. And just signed a deal with an Israeli team, so he'll be overseas for a little while. But he's kind of my gamble and stash. And there's probably another stack this thick of base, not just base, but different parallels and stuff that I bought that weren't grade worthy, but I'm holding on to. I mean, that stack is probably that big alone of silvers. So Servitas, this one looks to be a Prism, red, white, and blue. That one came back as a 10. I'm going to guess this is probably at, I don't know, half the PSA pop of his graded cards. And I didn't just kind of like pull this out of thin air. There's a few guys that have been on to him since day one. But we'll see how things turn out. Another one, red, white, blue. And those red, white, blue parallels never sell as well for some reason, but they are nice looking cards. They are, I think they're probably undervalued a little bit. Rookie silver. Oh, we're really gonna need this guy to pan out. I just noticed a glare on here that looks like a print line kind of run on the back, so I think this one may be a 9. I don't know what Prism parallel this is. Yep, there we go. It's a silver 9. Whoa, that centering is really bad. I'm actually surprised that it even got a 9. Because not only is that centering bad here, check this out. I don't even know why I submitted this. This card is garbage. This no way this should be a 9. Look how bad that misstamp is. And guys, it's not like they graded this 2 weeks after Prism came out. They graded this card. They didn't start grading it until July, I think. That's a terrible card. I think I threw this in here as kind of one of those dummy ones of, hey, this is so bad, everything else should look awesome. And yeah, I don't know why that got that grade. Not trying to badmouth PSA. It's just, yeah. All right, another silver, another 10 for Civitas. It gets better, don't worry. If you guys aren't a fan of him or you don't care, fast forward. Once the stack is gone, we got some better stuff coming up. Another silver 10. Again, hopefully this dude turns out. Got a little bit, but again, that's the nice thing about having some another 10 silver. Finding these guys where I was getting these silvers for like $3. $3. And so even if he never pans out, I'm only into these cards for less than $10 each. I will survive. I will not go bankrupt off that. Another Civitas. This is the pink ice to 10. Or not 210, but a gem mint 10. I mean, it's not like I was buying $300 raw silvers of a dude, grading them, and then being out all those for a guy that'll never play. All right, there's another orange ice that we saw earlier in a 10. So getting some good gem rates here. Another one. Ooh, the Ruby Wave. These aren't numbered, but not easy to find. Actually, only saw one other one. I bought it on eBay. So I may have the only 2 Ruby Waves of Civitas. I don't even know if I graded any of his actual base cards. I think it just did parallels and stuff. It's been a while since I looked at the order. The back center of this is terrible. Look how thin that is versus the thick. It'll be interesting to see what the front looks like. Yep, a 9 on the purple wave. Again, these ones are tough to find. Oh, and Sunday just jumped on my lap, so we'll see if she decides to jump up here and make an appearance. She misses y'all, so we'll see if she comes up here. Civitas again. Yep, there's a little Sunday kitty coming and taking over the PSA reveal. Civitas, purple wave, that one came back as a 10. It's pretty nice. What do you think, huh? You miss everyone? You want to tell them hi? You want to tell them how Dad was mean and got rid of your awesome green couches that you loved? All right, careful. Now your butt's going to be on the internet. Get down. All right, she'll just keep doing her thing in the background there. The island hasn't been cleaned since we moved in, so she's enjoying the new view. Another purple wave. I think in 2018, the print run of these was about 300 cards. So there you go. We're about half hour in, and you guys got your first Sunday view in probably a long time. Purple wave 9. And, ooh, a choice Prism 9. This one I did pay up for because I bought it from Australia. I think it was in this one for like $30 or something stupid like that. But figured, why not? Especially if it comes back to the 10. Plus the cards look super cool. Not only do you have the multicolors, but you got the bubbles going on. Not sure why this card got a 9. Everything looked pretty good, but I'll give it another look over. Maybe it had some light surface scratching. This one, what is this one? Oh, Hyper and a 10. Yes. Hyper is such a tough grade. These cards every year have so many print lines on every product. Awesome. Anytime you can pick up a Hyper Prism card from basketball or soccer, grab it if you can find a Hyper and a 10. Super, super tough. I've got a Luka Hyper that I think I bought for under 200 bucks before everything exploded. So, you know, we're talking a year ago, probably 9 months ago, and that thing is crazy. It's harder to find than a silver. Like it's nearly impossible to find a Luka Hyper. Servetus, again, another Hyper 10. All right, this dude has to pan out for me. Pay off my house I just bought. No, just kidding. All right, now we get into some numbered ones to $2.99, and that is a red 10. Awesome. I think he's what, originally from Lithuania? Yeah. To $1.99, the blue and a 9. All right, to $1.99 again, so blue and a 10. So we got 1.9, 1.10, looking pretty sharp there. And we got the 125. I think this one might be a fast break parallel. Yep, the red fast break and a 9. You can see fat there, thin there. I think this was one of those ones where I just bought it on eBay for $5 and figured might as well get it slabbed, even though the centering's kind of bad. And this one, the last one, the 75. I think this one might be a fast break as well. Yep, fast break purple 9. Again, similar thing. Got it relatively cheap, even though that centering is not awesome. So that's the last of the Servetus. So if you guys weren't interested in that, y'all can come on back. We got some fun stuff coming up now. We are going to start with a guy I am very high on, RJ Barrett. I bought up a bunch of his stuff when he was struggling early on. This was kind of some of the better ones that I decided to grade. And you saw, I think, some other silvers that I picked up at a show and did during the regular submission. So these are just base 10. And his stuff's starting to tick up. I think some folks thought he was undervalued. We got a coaching change coming in New York, which will help as well. And he's going to be one of those guys that is probably your best, one of your better off-season buys that you can get relatively lower compared to some of the more established rookies of the class, and that could see a bigger jump. Another base, another 10. Another base, another 10. And another base, another 10. So we did really well on those Barretts, 4 for 4 on the base on 10s. I think this one, if I have my order right, I think this one's a red, white, and blue. Yep, red, white, and blue and a 10. And that actually looks super cool for the Knicks uni because you have that, I know they're orange, but it looks kind of reddish in the blue. Unless you got some really sharp lighting, I mean, it looks like it matches pretty close. All right, I think this one is a silver, or maybe this is a green. Let's see. Green 10, awesome. Killing it on these Barretts. And this one is probably, I think, a silver. No, orange ice 10. Thought I had silver in here. All right, no worries. But Barrett 10 orange ice. So we've been doing really good on these orange ices, which again, those hanger boxes are tough to find. And here's that RJ Barrett variation. I did not pull this. I bought this. I thought it was in pretty good shape. The centering looked pretty good, if I recall. Let's see if I was correct. And I was. There we go. We got the 10. So now we got what? A Cam Johnson, RJ Barrett, and Ja Morant variation. So do we hit 10s on all of these Barretts? 10, 10, 10. Yeah. Killed it on the Barretts. Number three overall pick, right? Yeah. And I think the other thing that kind of drew me to Barrett was watching his interview on draft day and just kind of hearing a little bit more about his story. All right, we are almost done. I promise this will not hit the full hour. We have this stack and this stack coming up. We got some fun stuff. There are Luka and Trey rookies in the stack and LeBron's and Zion's here. So we have, I think first up, I think this is the this is the non-Prism one. So I thought I did 2 of these. Apparently I only had 1. But the LeBron from 19 Prism. This is the Get Hyped back in a 10. Again, this would have been really nice to have a month ago when LeBron stuff was starting to peak. But that's okay because I probably would have had people smashing that return button on eBay. This is the Silver Get Hyped. That one came back as a 10. I remember pulling this card and looking at it going, man, it's got this nasty smudge there, and trying to like wipe it off with a microfiber cloth, and not so much, because that's actually part of the card. And I mean, you can see it there, exact same spot. So I don't know if it's part of the picture or something that was on the floor, but the silver got a 10. Happy about that. Hoping the Lakers can make a finals run. Now we got these LeBron bases coming up. This one looked like it probably had a print line right here. I bought these all on eBay for like $2, $1 plus shipping. So these LeBron bases, you're gonna see them in for like $5. I know these guys skyrocketed and took off and to come back down to earth. I think at one point they were up to $700. Now they're probably around 300 or so. But a gem mint 10, awesome. Another LeBron, another gem mint 10, very nice. Especially if we're buying raw cards off eBay. Getting lucky. But again, be picky, guys. You don't have to, just because you buy a card or pull it doesn't mean you have to send it in. Another LeBron, another 10. So we went, holy cow. We must have got someone a really good day. We went all those Barrett's 10s, and then 5 for 5 on the bronze from Prism 10s. Dang. All right. Next up, we got a stack of Zions. Nothing super crazy or fancy. These are inserts from Prism. I was only lucky to pull a couple Zion Prisms. You guys have already seen them in previous videos, and I don't own them anymore. But Instant Impact, gem mint 10. Probably sit on that till next season when the hype begins again. Another Instant Impact. I think this one might have been a 9, because look at the serial number, 704, 705. I put the worst ones first. This one might be a 9. No, that one came back as a 10 too, so not bad. Maybe I'll sell one, hold one. Emergent, similar story. That one's 706, this one's 707. Gem mint 9, you can see that centering is rough. Look how thin that is. So let's see if we got lucky for a 10 on this one. Nope, 9 on both of those. So did not do well on the emergence, but did well on the instant impacts. I don't know, drop a comment down below. Which of these, for inserts, which of these inserts do you prefer, the instant impact or the emergence? I think this is a cooler picture, but this is a closer up picture. Everyone's gonna have their own preference. Next up, we got some Zion hoops. I think before hoops blew up, I bought a handful of these off eBay. Again, this is 34, 35, 36 for serial number, so I think it should go better to worse if I did this properly. So I think I bought all 3 of these from one seller for, trying to go back, like maybe it ended up being like $20 after shipping, 25, somewhere in there. It's not a ton into it, but we got a 9. All right, so Zion 9. Next up, Zion 10, the tribute. I think these guys sell better than the tributes, if I remember right. And this one may be a tribute as well. Yeah, because this one's card 296. And this one got a 10 as well. So, not too shabby. All right, last stack. Here we go. Been looking forward to this stack for a long time. Basically in January of last year, so 2019, as Lucas stuff started to like really take off. I think one of my first trips home to Minnesota from California, I went to every Target in the area and every Walmart and bought every box of Chronicles that I could find, because things were starting to go scarce. And all these came from retail boxes. This one I bought in a lot with some of these other basketball things. I think it might have actually been in it with one of those Aaron Holiday cards earlier. But Devontae Graham came back in a 10. Again, I just graded this because the dude started to have some hype when I submitted everything, but it's just a cool picture. These luminance pictures are usually really good photos. And check that out. Look at all those people. Those are people. Those are fans. Those aren't fake people, even though they are social distancing before anybody had to do that. But that's what happens when you're a Hornets fan. All right. Trae Young. Here we go. Luminance. Gem in 10. Very nice. Again, nice photo. Good looking card. I think a lot of his Chronicle stuff is in that $100 range, 75 to $100. Another Trae Young. Another 10. I don't like these as much for the Chronicles inserts, but hey, a 10's a 10, we'll take it. And you got that cool alternate uni. Another Trae Young. Another 10. These studios are sweet. They got a nice shine. I don't think I have a Luka studio in here. I think it was just the Trae that I was lucky enough to get. But another 10 there. And then Trae Young Chronicles. Gem at 10. So did really well on those Trae Youngs. But again, I pack pulled all those. They went straight into penny sleeves. So glad that those guys all turned out. Looking forward to his, junior season now? Third year in the league? All right, here we go. Luka's. The last Luka rookies I'll own. I sold all my Prisms for, I bought them at the Nationals for $55 each. Sold them all for $200 going, I'm rich. And yeah, they're like $1,700 now for Prism. So these are the last of my Luka rookies. Definitely going to be holding these for a little while. But I expect the graders to be a little bit tougher on these. So here you go, Essentials, first one up. Ooh, the Green Essentials, Gem in 10. Beautiful card. I love that shine. Next Luka we got, you can see a little bit of white in that back corner there. I'd be very surprised that this one ended up being a 10. Kind of wish that was down on one of these white corners. But yep, we got a 9. That makes sense. Sometimes you catch stuff that maybe you didn't see, but also if you have a Luka rookie, you might as well grade it just with the talent the dude has, and two, the price of all his stuff. So we got a Gem at 10. I did have a studio. These are sweet cards. I love these studio cards. I did not think that I had one of these in here. So awesome. Another rookie 10. Here we go. Rookie. Luka. Gem Mint 10. The Panini edition. Again, look at all those people, fans. What is that like? All right. And then the last one from Chronicles, Luka. This is the Classics. Gem Mint 10. Awesome. So did pretty good on those Luka rookies from Chronicles. This one came from, maybe this one was from a holiday box, but from Hoops. It's an insert. Luka Gem in 10, and yes, it is a holiday box. You can see that with the snowflake in the back. I think I actually opened this with Lindsay at her apartment, if I recall correctly. But Luka rookie, Gem in 10 did really well there. Last card of the order. I got this from my Brothers in Cards box. I think it's a 9. I'm really hoping for a 10 because it is a beautiful card. This is the blue certified variation of Luka, and in his blue jersey, it's blue on blue. It's a beautiful card. I'm gonna be happy with it either way. Last card of the order. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Oh, Gem in 10. Check this card out. This card is just, I love this card. It is so beautiful. It's very rare for me to say, like, I'm actually probably going to keep a card for a long time, and this may be one of them just because you got that blue all around, that mirror blue. Awesome card. Great way to end the order. We did really well in this bulk sub. The wait was definitely worth it for me and for you guys. You guys got to see Sunday, but there we go. There you have it. Some of the stuff I'm going to sit on. Some of the stuff I'll be open to moving. So if anything you're interested in, hit me up on Instagram, davescards32. Otherwise, drop a comment down below, and I'll try to get back to you. So as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we will catch you next time. See ya.